Hello and welcome to Tuesday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where we've got just an amazing puzzle to have a look at today. I say amazing because I've read the rules and I don't think they can possibly be true. This is called Killer Friends and it's by Yawnus. And I don't think I've done a Yawnus puzzle on the channel before. I think Mark may have done one. But I think this is a debut for me in trying a Yawnus puzzle. And the rules of this are very simple. Basically, you can't repeat a digit in a cage. And for every cage, so say that one, there is at least one other cage with the same digit sum. So that cage might have the same total as that, or that, or that. Or that. Yeah, no, that's a 6-cell cage. That could have the same total as a 3-cell cage. They are all the rules. And that does not seem like it's enough to me. But this only has 3 stars out of 5 for difficulty on Logic Masters. I found it before I turned on the webcam. Here it is. And if we go down, I don't know if you'll be able to see these comments. I wanted to share the comments with you. But people are basically saying that this, I love Codex comments, says it's incredible. Pietato, another great judge of a puzzle, says it's excellent. Amazing is another adjective I'm seeing there. So I think we're in for a treat today. I am looking forward heartily to having a go at this. And we'll have a go at it together in a moment or two's time. But before that, let me tell you some other things that are going on. Right, the first thing I'm going to mention is yesterday's puzzle. So many of you are loving yesterday's puzzle. It's a fog of war. Let me show you. It's this one, Purple Lines by Wiggle. I'm not going to spoil anything. I'm just going to recommend that you all have a go at it. It's not that difficult. It's well worth your attention. I think you will like it. There, I've said it. Other news, last night we had a Blueprints stream. We visited the Blueprints mansion again. Again, no spoilers. If you want to watch the VOD, I will try and remember to put a link on the screen. Definitely worth having a look at. I'll say no more. It is the closing date today for our competition over on Patreon. So if you've been having a go at the Off by One pack, this Sudoku hunt created by Panthera for us, then we do need to get your entry in, or your entries in, by the close of business today. Now, we're very, very flexible about time zones, so providing it arrives approximately today, that will be fine. But let's see where we're currently at in terms of total was 951. Are we going to hit the 1,000? Oh, we are, aren't we? We're definitely going to. It's only 2:22 in the afternoon for me at the moment, and we are basically there. 996 solves of all 13 puzzles. Well done. Gosh, imagine if you're one of the 1,073 who've done 12 of the puzzles and you've just got that last one to do. Well, stick with it. I'm sure you'll get there. If any of you are stuck, do remember that over on the Discord server, there is a Patreon-only chat channel, and sometimes help can be found there. So if you are stuck, you might want to look. Anyway, we'll announce the winners of the competitions, or the competition in the coming days, and hopefully one of you might like to come on the channel and solve a puzzle with me. Now, what about birthdays? Let me look at my list of birthdays. Paula, you've turned the big 50 today. Many congratulations. I know this because your husband Robert wrote to me. He told me there is going to be cake, but he wouldn't tell me what. He said it's a surprise. I suppose I can get on board with that, but you'll have to judge, Paula, whether there's enough icing on the cake. I hope Robert has achieved that goal. And I'm delighted to hear that you're thrilled about the return of the Rat Run series. So am I. I'm not so sure, isn't it tomorrow that the new one comes out? Because there was a schedule that Marty did when the first episode, if you like, if we can call it that, of season 3 came out. And I think it said that the next one's due tomorrow, but I might be wrong. I think it was the 21st. Anyway, Paula, I also know you watch the Blueprint stream, so thank you for doing that, and many happy returns. Next, I'm going to say, is it Arte? Arte, I think that's how I pronounce your name. I hope I'm not getting that wrong. You've turned 26 today. I know this because Aidan wrote to me, and Aidan told me that you're incredibly smart. Aidan also clearly cares very deeply about you and appreciates you very, very much. He was telling me about your Magic the Gathering gatherings. Is that I've never played Magic the Gathering. I think I would quite like it. But anyway, Aidan is also sorting out the chocolate cake today, so I think Aidan knows what to do. Many, many happy returns, Arte. I hope you have a great 26th birthday. And then finally, Kiara. Kiara, you've turned 20 today. And I know this because your boyfriend Harrison wrote to me and told me that it was her dad, Kiara's dad, who got her into cracking the cryptic. So thanks to your father for doing that. I'm delighted by whenever I hear anybody is spreading the word about this wonderful hobby that we all share. And Kiara, I hope you have a great 20th birthday today, and I hope Harrison sorts out some festively iced chocolate cake. That's all the news. So let's have a look at Yawnus's Killer Friends puzzle. I mean, I've sort of done the rules already, but let's trot through them one more time. We've got to put it's normal Sudoku rules, so we've got to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Digits cannot repeat within a cage, so let's try it. So in fact, that one. So what we can't do, if that digit was a 1, you can't then put a 1 in any of these cells. None of those could be a 1 because that would repeat in the cage. Even though Sudoku might suggest you could repeat a 1 here because these ones are not in the same row, column or box as this one, because they're in the same cage. That's not allowed. And for each cage, there is at least one other cage with the same sum. So the example we were looking at before is, I mean, the sum of those 3 cells could be as low as 6 or as high as 24 if they were 7, 8, 9. So absolutely, this could have the same sum as a 2-cell cage or even a 6-cell cage. Because if all of those 6, I mean, if those digits were minimized, they could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, triangular number for 6 is 21. So that cage could sum to 21. And that could easily sum to 21 because we know its cap is 24. So anyway, it seems, and that's at least one cage. So it's not even like we compare these off. We can't say that one. If we found out that cage and that cage had the same total, we couldn't stop there and say, well, no other cage has this total. That one could have the same total. So it's a more flexible condition. On top of the fact it's already quite a flexible condition. And that makes it fairly amazing to me that there are no given digits or anything. It's just the geometry that's going to have to get us home on this. Do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. But as Maverick takes to the skies, I'm going to say, let's get cracking. Sorry, Maverick is obviously the aeroplane pilot who likes to buzz past my window quite often. I think what I might do to start this is the software. Does it work like that? Yeah, if you sort of hold the mouse key down on a cage of size 2, it highlights all the cages of size 2. So those are of size 3. That's of size... there's only one of size 4. So that's of size 5. There seems to be only one of size 5. 2, 3, 4. That's size 6. I know I saw another one of size... Okay, there might be 3 of size 6. It seems to have highlighted that one up there as well. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That one is loads of size 8. Loads. Okay, so I don't actually know if this is going to be worth doing, but what I was wondering is how many there are of each of the various sizes. Now, yeah, that's really difficult actually. How on earth, what on earth do you do with this? Sorry. I'm not. I can't even think of anything to say, which is incredibly embarrassing when you're trying to solve a puzzle, or let alone record a YouTube video. Hang on. So, for each cage, at least one cage. So I can't say that that cage has the same total as that cage, and then doesn't have the same total as that cage. They could all have the same total. So how do you pair these up then? I feel like it must be to do with the secret somehow. But no, for it to be about the secret, I need to get some actual digits. I mean, the secret, sorry, just to explain, if you are new to the channel, you might not know, I'm not loving the colours I've put in here either. I'll change the yellow to blue. Yeah, that feels better for some reason. The secret is that any box of a Sudoku sums to 45, and that's because by the rules of Sudoku it's got to have the digits 1 to 9 once each in it. So hang on. Hang on. This must be doable, mustn't it? I mean, I can see that digit has got to go in there in box 4 because it can't repeat in its cage. Is it that we have to focus on? So maybe it's not to do with pairing them up initially. It might just be to do with geometry, like those 4 digits can't repeat there. So those 4 digits, yeah, so that digit, whatever that one is, that is in one of those 2 places in box 2. Because it can't repeat in its own cage and it can't repeat in its own row. So it must be in one of those 2. So then it's in one of those 3. No. So that one is also up there by the same logic. That one must be in one of those 2. No, this isn't it. This is not it. That's okay. So it's something mathematical then, is it? Are we saying that an 8-cell cage has to add up to at least 36? Because a 9-cell cage, given you can't repeat a digit within a cage, a 9-cell cage would add up to 45. It would contain all 9 different Sudoku digits. So an 8-cell cage is missing... it's missing 1 digit. Okay, that's... Okay, so hang on. I do actually know that yeah, this one here, let me just give that a different colour for a moment. Maybe I'll make it lime. This one, the lime one, is not missing the same digit as the actually, hang on, I'm just going to make all of these different, just for a moment. I am not saying that they are all different, but I am definitely want to distinguish between this one, the lime one, and this purple one. Imagine they both were missing a 5, so that they had the same total. They can only miss 1 digit. So for them to have the same total, they're missing the same digit, given their 8-cell cages. Now, if they're both missing a 5, for example, you couldn't put 5 in box 2 at all. So lime is definitely a different total to purple. And by the same token, lime is definitely a different total to my new turquoisey colour. Maybe I'll make that yellow. Oh, I don't love that. Or maybe I'll make that red, and I'll make that. Yeah, I'll do that. Just, I don't know. For some reason, my brain definitely has a preference for how colours merge together in the grid. But yeah, imagine that lime was missing a 5, then it's certainly not possible that red is also missing a 5, because box 4 couldn't be filled. There needs to be a 5 in box 4. So the total of lime is also different from the total of red. Now, does that mean that red... Have we proved that red and purple are the same? They are both 8-cell cages. So if this one was missing a 5, then there would be a 5 in... No, that's the right. This is huge. This is actually huge, because now what we've worked out... Imagine that red is missing a 5. Well, now there must be a 5 in one of these two cells, so that box 4 has a 5 in it. But now lime green doesn't have a second 5 in it. There's a 5 in here. You can't have another 5 in there. So purple has a 5 in it. But we started this by saying red does not have a 5 in it. So if purple does have a 5 in it, purple is not the same total as red. So now red is not only different in size from lime, it's also different in size from purple. And we know that lime is different from purple. So all 3 8-cell cages don't have the same total. And this is so beautifully set up. So that means that the 6-cell cages in this puzzle each pair up with exactly one 8-cell cage. How do I know that? Well, it's because a 5-cell cage can't add up to enough. Imagine this 5-cell cage was filled with 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's the most we could fill it with, given you can't repeat a digit in it. Well, they add up to 35. And an 8-cell cage will add up to at least 36, because the maximum digit we could miss out from an 8-cell cage would be missing out a 9, wouldn't it? And that would mean the cage would sum to the triangular number for 8, which is 36. Or you can think of it as the secret, 45 minus 9. Now... So each of these 8-cell cages, which sum to at least 36, pair up with a 6-cell cage and exactly one 6-cell cage, because there are only 3 6-cell cages, and a minimum... Well, no, what's the maximum size of a 6-cell cage? If we filled it with 9... So we just miss out a 1, 2 and a 3 from the cage. Now 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 6. So 45 minus 6 is 39. So 39 is the maximum size of a 6-cell cage, and 36 is the minimum size of an 8-cell cage. So the totals for the 8-cell cages are either 39, 38, 37 or 36. 39. So the 8-cell cages are missing big digits, because what we've just worked out is the maximum size of a 6-cell cage is 39. So we couldn't, for example, miss a 5 out of an 8-cell cage, because that would imply that cage summed to 40, which couldn't be matched off with a 6-cell cage. So each of red, lime green and purple is missing one of 6, 7, 8 or 9, and each of them is missing a different one of those. Now, and each one of these, so red, for example, I've got to pair it up with one of the other grey cages, and only one of them. So yeah, I think it's row 4. I think it's row 4. My brain wants these to be a 612 triple. That might be wrong. Yeah, I think that is right, isn't it? I think that's right. Because the way I've got to that is I know that the digit that is... There's a digit in lime in one of these two cells that is definitely the digit that is missing from red. Because I don't know how to... Maybe... Okay, let's just do a label there. Let's label this digit A. Now, where is A in box 4? It can't repeat in red, so it is in one of those cells. One of these digits is A. Don't know which one. But that means the other digit here is B. So this is now an AB pair. Hang on, let me just... So the digit B definitely never appears in red. And we know that the digit B, therefore, is at least a 6. But that means, if we think about this grey cage, this grey cage, which we know needs to add up to at least 36 to match off with an 8-cell cage, well, the minimum digits it's missing now would be if this was 1, 2, and 6, given that B is at least 6. And 1, 2, and 6 add up to 9. So this cage must be a 36 cage. I'm going to just put that in like this. This cage adds up to 36. These digits... Well, B is the digit 6. Hang on, let me just... So these are 1, 2, and 6. But B, which is the digit that never appears in red, is a 6. So there's definitely... It's really hard to pencil mark this. And A is the one of these that's 1 or 2. Because A we know goes in this domino in box 4. So now, right, got it. So now red I know the sum of. Because it's missing 6, red must add to 45 minus 6, which is 39. Right, okay. This is a bit confusing, but bear with me. So now we've got 39 here for red. That has to match off. Wait, it has to match off with a grey, but not this one, because this grey is 36. And that is right, isn't it? Because grey... I've basically minimumed grey by keeping the missing digit from red down to as low as I can and making the other two digits that aren't in this cage as small as I can. And I know for a fact that this can't add up to less than 36 because it has to match up with its own 8-cell cage. The logic is beautiful, Yawnus. This is a very, very clever puzzle. So now purple has a 6 in it. Yeah, but I'm getting confused between my 8-cell cages and my 6-cell cages. So the digit missing from purple is not 6. The digit missing from lime is not 6. So these two between them are missing a 7 or an 8 or a 9. And I don't know. And there has to be a 6-cell cage that adds up to 39. And that's either, it's not this one, it's either this one or this one. So a 6-cell 39 cage is, it's not this one. That's beautiful as well. A 6-cell 39 cage is missing which digits? It's got to be missing the 3 smallest digits, 1, 2, and 3. Well, these can't be 1 or 2, so I could put 1 or 2 here. That would be fine. But these would be at least 3 and 4. So this cannot be a 39 cage, which means that because this isn't a 39 cage, this is a 39 cage. So this cage doesn't have 1, 2, or 3 in it. So where are 1 and 2 in this box? Because they're not in those cells, and they're not in the 39 cage, so they are there. Now that's a weirdity. Straight away, because that is a 2-cell cage that now sums to 3 that has to have a partner, or at least one partner somewhere in the grid. It's not there. So it must be just a duplicate. It must be a domino. The only way of making a cage sum up to 3 is to have a 2-cell 1-2 pair. That's not there because this cell couldn't exist. It's not there because this has already got a 1-2 pair in its column. So that is a 1-2 pair. And these cages match up. Now, what does that mean? I don't know. There's no 3 in the 39 cage, so there must be a 3 in one of those cells. I'm going to change my pencil marking here. I'm going to put a 3 in the center of one of these 3 cells. I'd normally put it in the corner, but I don't want to do that because I've got this. I'm trying to keep track that this 3-6 means that cage adds up to 36. This 3-9 means this cage adds up to 39. So there's a 3 in one of those. This cage matches with this cage. So maybe I make them both red. Is that sensible? This cage is missing a 9. No, it's not. It's missing digits that sum to 9. Right. So either this one, the 8-cell lime cage, or the 8-cell purple cage is missing a 9. And where? Okay, so. And this cage is missing some quite hefty digits, isn't it? Because this cage is missing these 3 digits. Now those 2 digits are at least 3 plus 4. At least. This digit could perhaps be a 1. So that means that this cage doesn't this have to be a 1? And this have to be 3, 4? Because, well, I know this cage can't add up to less than 36. And it can't add up to 36 because it is paired with a unique 8-cell cage. So that it's not possible that this adds up to 36 and that adds up to 36. But I now know, because this is at least 3, 4 and this is at least 1, that this cage adds up to an absolute maximum of 37. So it must add up to 37. That must be 1. And this is a 37 cage. So now there is no 1 in these cells. These are a 2, 6. So this is a 1. That's a 2. That's doing a little bit of Sudoku of all things. And see, I've got this funny 6. I'm going to change that as well. Sorry, I know I'm meddling with I'm meddling with pencil mark logic that I've used for many years here, but it's a bit tricky to do this if I don't keep track of the totals. So the 2 red cages, they are married together. This cage is a 37, and that has to be joined. Right, so both of these... Yeah, so the digits missing from lime and purple, one is missing an 8 and one is missing a 9. So every other digit has to appear in both cages. So 2. Hang on, 2 and 1. Yes, so right. Oh, sorry, I see something different now. So look at ask where 1 and 2 go in box 2. They can't repeat in lime, and they can't repeat in a column that's already got a 1-2 pair in it. So these are not 6. These are a 1-2 pair. 6 is now one of those 2 positions. Along with the digit that doesn't appear at all in lime, which I know is 8 or 9. So these digits are from, one of them is 6, one of them is the missing digit from lime, which is 8 or 9. Now, that's a 39. I've got to find a cage, sorry, a frog in my throat. I've got to find a cage that sums to 7. But well, it couldn't be a 4-cell cage. The minimum sum of a 4-cell cage is 10 if this was somehow 1, 2, 3, 4, which actually it can't be, I'm now seeing, because it can't have 2 in it. So 7. So what cages can add up to 7? The answer is... I've got that cage. Actually, here's a weird point. That cage can't add up to 7, because we know what 7 would look like. It would be, in a 3-cell cage, it would be 1, 2, 4. That's the only way to make 3 different digits add up to 7. And this can't be a 1, 2, 4, because there must be a 4 in the purple cage. And that's, I don't know where that is, but it's going to be in one of those cells. Maybe I'll put it in. In fact, that's a good idea. This cage, this purple cage, has to have in it, it's only missing 8 or 9, so it has got to have a 3 in it, it's got to have a 5 in it, it's got to have a 7 in it. So do I know what those digits are? That's really peculiar. I think that's a weird deduction. So because I know 6 has to be here, along with the digit that never appears in lime, and I know that this is missing 8 or 9, so it has to have 3, 4, 5 and 7 in it. That seems to be a 3, 4, 5, 7 quadruple by logic. I don't know what that means. Well, I don't know what it means. What? No, I was going to say it means something for where 1 goes. Well, it nearly does. So, okay, so where's 1 in column 7 then? It's in one of 2 places at the bottom. Yeah, hang on, and where is the cage then that adds up to 7? It can't, it can't be this one. Because this digit, I don't know whether it's 1 or 2, but it can't appear in this cage. Or actually there's a 1-2 pair there, so another way of seeing it is that neither of those digits could be 1 or 2, but a 3-cell cage that adds to 7 would need to have 1 and 2 in it. And the only cell of this 3-cell cage you could put a 1 or a 2 into is this one, so that's not enough 1s and 2s. So it's not that one, it's not that one, so it must be that one. This adds up to 7. And it's got a 1 in it. So this, right, that's lovely, because that must be a 1-6 pair by Sudoku. That's going to give me a 6 and a 2. Now 2, because I've got this 1-2 pair here, I get 2 in this box. That, I think that's been available for a while. I'm sorry, I just didn't see it. Right, 2 is in that domino. So 2 in column 7 now. 2 is placed. It's placed because of this beautiful 1-2 pair. Can't go there. Can't go in either of these cells, so it goes at the bottom, and that gets me the 1, which gets me a 1 and gets me a 6. How many 1s have we got in the grid? Oh, I've still only got 5, but it feels like I've got more. So what does this mean? I don't know yet, but that feels like a bit of a breakthrough, doesn't it? This has no 1s, 2s, or 6s in it. So, oh, hang on, where's 1 and 2 in box? There's a 1-2 pair in box 5 by Sudoku. And I don't know now. No, I don't know what to do now. I'm loving this puzzle though. It is absolute. It's so cleverly put together. It really. Oh, where's? Oh, I don't almost want to put it in. Where's 6 in box 1? It's there in the corner. But yeah, I've got to put it in. Okay, I'll move the 37 there. This cage adds to 37. I want to try and keep track of that because I've got to pair that up with either this cage, which would mean this cage didn't have an 8 in it, which would mean one of these was a 9, or it pairs up with this cage, which would mean this didn't have an 8 in it, so there would be an 8. This would be a 6, 8. Oh, one of these was 6, wasn't it? Sorry, that's a nice point. So this is a 6, because one of these had to be 6 to have a 6 in this box. So now 6, it's really weird. It's magical, really. This is now a 2-6 pair. So these 3 digits are from 1, 8, and 9. Now, I bet we can do something there. I know that isn't a 1. So the minimum sum of this green cage now is 9 if it was 6, 2, 1. And if it was a 9 cage, then I think the only cage it could pair with is this one. Because a 4-cell cage can't only add up to 9, and a 5-cell cage can't add up to 9. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 is already 10 in the case of the 4-cell cage. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 is 15 in the case of this W pentomino down here. So if this is 9, this is 9, and these digits would be at least a 3-4 pair. because they can't. Neither of those cells can be 1 or 2. And that might matter for some reason. I don't know quite what I'm doing with that. I know. Oh, I don't know. I really don't know. How do I do this then? Thing is, what about if that was a 9? How does that change the logic? So that would add up to 17. And the thing is, that would allow this to pair up with this one or this one as well. It couldn't ever pair. No, we know it doesn't pair up with the 6-cell cages. The 3 6-cell cages all pair up with the 8-cell cages. So this cage here, or these digits, we're missing an 8 or a 9, so they have to include. Oh, this is a good point. This is a good point. This little U pentomino has to include a 3 and a 4, because 3 and 4 are definitely in lime green. Now, if that's the case, we can ask where 3 and 4 go in row 1, because there's definitely 3 and 4 in these 5 cells. They're not there, but we can just observe that. They're not there, so they've got to be here. That is a 3-4 pair, which means this is a 5-7 pair. Now, does that do anything? I'm not sure it does. Wow, that's vicious. And hang on, this is a 6-cell cage. So this one's adding up to 39, remember. So it's got to have digits like 5 and 7 in it. So that 5 and 7 are going to have to be in 2 of those 3 cells. But okay, I don't think I know how to do that. Where is 6 in this box? Is that a good question? It's obviously not in the same row or column as itself, and I've got this 1-2 pair, so 6 is in one of those 2 cells, I think. Which means 6 is in one of these 3 cells. Which, does that make sense? Yeah, that does make sense, because this is a 39 cage, so it does need to have a 6 in it. That's absolutely normal. Can I do better with 2s than I've done? I've got 5 2s in the grid. No, I think that those 2s, they don't look like they're going to help me. What about... Wow, I don't know where to look. I'm so sorry if this is obvious. Okay, here's another different point. Yeah, row 1 is done, isn't it? Oh, this might help me. When I say done, I mean that's just a nonsense. But I haven't put 5 and 7 into row 1, so this is a 5-7 pair, and I know what this adds up to. So this is this an 8-9 pair? This is an 8-9 pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is an 8-9 pair in the column. Right, so now I've got a 1-8-9 triple in the row. So these digits are just from 3, 4, 5, 7, aren't they? And that's totally normal. That's not actually interesting. Yeah, so this is the digit that is missing from lime green. That one there. And in this column, It's 3, 4, 5, 7 again. And what was this one? Oh, this one. Yeah, this one is just missing a 6. So this added up to 39. It pairs up with that one. This one is missing it's missing 1, 2, and 6, but that implies an 8 cell cage that's missing a 9. So I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. It's probably very obvious to everybody, but it's not obvious to me. I'm sorry. I can't see how to do it. Okay, there's this W pentomino has got no 1s and no 2s in it, so it's massive, relatively. It can't add up to that one, can it? I don't think it can. It's at least 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, isn't it? Which is 25. 25 is the minimum for this, because it can't have, by Sudoku, it can't have 1s or 2s in it. So doesn't it have to pair up with that one? That would be massive. That would be it, wouldn't it? That would be so beautiful. What else can I pair this up with? It adds up to at least 25. It can't pair up with the 6 and the 8, 6 cell and 8 cell cages. They've been hypothecated to each other. Unless, no, it could. No, hang on, we've got to be careful here. We've got to be careful because it could. What would happen if it was a massive cage? Yeah, that's what we've got to watch out for, because if it was a massive cage, it could add up to the same as a... Oh, no, it can't. No, it can't. Sorry, no, it can't. Because even if it was absolutely massive... Oh, try not to sneeze, Simon. Even if it was a massive cage, its maximum total would be 35, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we know that that's not big enough for the 6 cell cages. And their partnered 8 cell cages. So right, I've got it. So the W pentomino doesn't partner with a 6 cell or 8 cell cage, so it has to partner with a 3 or a 4 cell cage, or a 2 cell cage, but they've all been done. And now we know it adds up to 25 at least. It can't partner up with 3 cell cages, which have a maximum total of 24 if they were 7, 8, 9. So the only cage that the W can partner with is that cage. And given that we've got a 1 here, the maximum size of the orange cage is 25. If I make that a 7, 8, 9 triple, so that is what I must do. And now, in this column, I've got a 7, 8, 9 triple, which makes this a 1, which means this cage, I don't know what that means for that cage, but let's come back here. That means these 2 digits are the same, because that digit has to appear in the orange cage. But also, I thought we were going to get... No, we can. This cage, the only way it could add up to as little as 25, it was by being 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And where's the 6 going in it? I know where the 6 is going. It's going exactly there by Sudoku, which means this is a 6. Now, does that do anything more? Maybe not. There's a 6 in one of these 2. There's a 1 in this one. There's a 2 in this one. There's a 2 in this one. There's a 6 in that one. That's not 6 anymore. There's a... So we're really narrowing down the possibilities for this green cage, which I presume has to partner up with that one now. I'm not certain that's true. I think it is. We know that this green cage can't add up to 7, which would be the low option if it partnered up with a domino. And we know it can't get high enough to meet the criteria of matching orange or the W. So its only friend is this one. So these two add up to the same. And they've both got 6 in them. So this domino adds up to the same as this domino. And that domino adds up to 10 or 11. So these scales add up to 10 or 11. So this can't be as low as 7, because 7 and 2 is only 9. So this is an 8 or a 9. Right. But this puzzle, Yawnus, I am going to be looking out for your name, because this is quite brilliant. Look, if we just do a little bit of colouring maybe, or you can just visualise it, but this cell here, this is an 8 or a 9. Now it's clearly different from this one, isn't it? Which means it's the same as this one. So those two digits are the same flavour of 8, 9. But that means that this digit is a different flavour. That one, what colour could I use? I've run out of colours really. But I'll just give it a quick grey flash. So that one and this one are different. But yet this domino adds to the same as this domino. So what would happen if this was 2? That could not be right, could it? It just couldn't. Because these digits are different. These would not have the same total. So this digit is definitely a 1. So that's 1, that's 2, that's 2, that's 1. And now it won't work if this is 8. The maths won't work, because these will only add up to 9, and given this would be a 2-9 pair, this would add up to 11. So we've got to equalise it. So that's got to be 9, that's got to be 8, that's got to be 9, that's got to be 8, and now we might be able to match up this one. This one was adding to 37, and this one is missing 9, so it adds up to 36. So so purple here is the same as this one. They are matched as a pair. This one is 37, so it matches up with lime, actually. Yeah, this has got no 9. This has got a 9 in it, but no 8. So we could either maybe we'll make all of those lime, because lime's been quite a good colour. It's been friendly in the context of what's been going on. Okay. And presumably, I'm not sure what we can say. I can get rid of that. That corner pencil mark is now no longer helpful. 8 is there. So this is an 8. That's a 9. 9 is in one of 2 places in box 3. And something else is now probably possible, but I can't see what it is. Um, 6 is... I would tell you something that's rather pretty. Look at the arrangement of 6s in these 2 cells. If we put 6 here, we'd have to put a 6 there, and that won't work. We'd have 2 6s in that red cage. So the 6s must have the opposite positions. So let's pop that in. So how many 6s have we got? All of them. Okay, so maybe that's... I mean, that's definitely an interesting step, but maybe it's not the crucial one. And what does this have to have in it? This one's missing 1s, 2s, and 3s, so it's got every other digit in it. Oh, yeah, so we've got this 5, 7 poking down at it. We've also got to put all these 3 digits in it as well. So it's getting tricky. Oh, no, this is good. Right, I see how to do this actually. Right, look at row 4. Now, in row 4 there must be a 9. I don't know where it goes, but it seems to go in one of these 2 cells. That means the 9 I need to put in this red cage, and there is a 9 in it somewhere, can only go here. That gets me another 9 in box 2, look. Now, yeah, that's beautiful, because now my 5 and 7 that I know live in this red cage, I know exactly where they go. So these 2 digits are now 4 and 8, definitely. And if this is a 4-8 pair, because remember this red cage is missing 1, 2 and 3, if that's a 4-8 pair, that's a 3 at the top of the grid. That's a 4. Now, we've got to put a 9 in this column, so ignore the possibilities here. That's become a forced digit. Now, okay. But this digit has to find a home in this box. So one of these is 3, the other one is that digit, which can't be this one, because this can be neither 4 nor 8. So that digit in box 6 is exactly there, and it's not 8 there, because I've got this, well, in fact, I can resolve some of this. So this is a 9, this is a 7-8 pair. Oh no, it could be, if that's a 4. Well, no, hang on. This digit can't go here because it can't be 4 or 8, so it does go here where it can't be 8. So it is 4. That's 4, that's 3. That's 5, that's 7, because this is a 7-8 pair. So in this column, we've got a 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the corner, that's 3 in the spotlight, losing its religion. Honestly, this is one of my favourite puzzles that I've done recently. It is so unique in oh, hang on, I've made a right horlicks of that pencil mark removal. I was trying to take 3 and 5 out of this cell and failed miserably. It's quite, the logic in it is very, very original and super interesting. Now, okay, so I'm going to risk filling these in. I think that is doable now, isn't it? This is 5, 7, 8, which means these cells are 3, 4. Bobbins. Which means these are 5, 7, 9 bobbins, which means these are 3, 4, 8. Okay, I can get the 8 there, because there's a 3, 4 pair looking down. So in this column, these digits are from 5, 7, 9. That's not 5 in the corner. And I feel like we must be close to finishing this. That's not 8, because I've got an 8 in the column already. And I don't know what to do. Bother. Have I done all the 1s? Yeah, I've probably done all the 2s then, haven't I? Yeah, I have. 3s. Much less prolific. And I do have to put a 3 in there as well. No, that doesn't quite work. It probably is this W pentomino that we're going to have to work through at some stage. There's probably a clever way to think about that. Oh, no, it doesn't work. Oh dear, sorry, I can't see quite where to look next. I hope this will be... there's not a 9 there, in case that matters. So I've got a 5, 7 pair in column 2. So that digit should be a 3 or a 4. It doesn't seem able to be a 4, so that's a 3, that's a 3, that's a 4. Now that 3... where's 3 in my W pentomino now? It's only got one place it can go, and that's going to resolve this 3 and this 4, which is nearly good. So 4, 5, this is a 4, 5 or a 7 apparently, and all those options seem to work. And this column needs 5, 7 and 8. That can only be 5 or 7 because of the 8 here. And believe it or not, that could be 5, 7 or 8. But the 4 here comes out of this cell. So now I've got a 5, 7 pair in column 3. So this becomes a 9. Now what does that do? This digit we've got to be careful with because it sees the 4, 5, 7 triple left in this W pentomino. So it can't be 4, 5 or 7. In fact, there's a 5, 7 pair, so that is a 4. Makes this a 7, makes this a 5. 5 and 7 at the top of the grid. This is a 5 now, so that's a 4. Let's tidy up our pencil marks. This is no longer a 7. Oh, there's a 9 in the bottom left-hand corner. This is a 5. 5, 7, 7. What about, oh, 7, 8. That's nice. I've not put 5 into this row, so I will do that. That's now an 8, 7, 8, 5, 5, 7, 7 by Sudoku, 3 by Sudoku, 3, 4 over here. And in this column, what have we not put in? Let's hope it's a digit that we actually need. It looks like 4. And then this needs an 8. And that could be correct. Yes. Isn't that brilliant? What a brilliant puzzle. Oh my goodness. That was fantastic. That is a fantastic original and quite breathtakingly set puzzle. I love the fact that you can figure it out just from the geometry. That's all you've got. It's all you've got. And the big breakthrough is the epiphany that an 8-cell cage can only be missing 1 digit, and yet boxes 2 and 4 are covered completely with 8-cell cages. So those 8-cell cages couldn't miss the same digit. Once you have that idea, at least you can start it. I'm going to be thrilled to read the comments on this one. I think it's going to be very popular and with good reason. Yawnus, take a bow. Let me know in the comments how you got on. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.